Welcome back to the Testing Mentor. Choosing between Selenium and Playwright in 2025? Confused which tool is better for automation? Faster, more reliable, or more future proof? In this video, I'll break it down so clearly that you'll instantly know what's right for your team and your career. Let's be honest. Every SDET interview, every automation architect discussion, every framework decision starts with one question: Selenium or Playwright? People debate it like Android versus iOS, chai versus coffee, but today we'll settle it with real facts, real experience, and real numbers. Let's start with Selenium. It's the OG automation tool, over 10 years old. It supports almost every language: Java, Python, C Sharp, Ruby, JavaScript, and it works with all major browsers: Chrome, Firefox, Edge, even mobile through APM. Selenium is battle tested, enterprises trust it. But age also brings limitations, and we'll get into those in a minute. Now, let's talk about Playwright. It was launched by Microsoft, built by the same team that originally created Puppeteer, and designed for modern web apps. It supports Java, Python, C Sharp, and TypeScript, and the biggest advantage is it supports WebKit. That means you can actually test Safari properly, something Selenium struggles with. Playwright's biggest selling points are speed, auto waiting, reliability, and simplicity. Let's talk about speed. Playwright is fast. You know why? Because it opens a single browser and creates multiple browser contexts, like mini isolated tabs, running tests in parallel without extra overhead. Selenium, on the other hand, relies on the WebDriver protocol, which introduces a lot of back and forth communication. That means slower execution. In actual tests, Playwright finishes 2 to 3 times faster in many cases. So, yes, if your team is tired of long execution times, Playwright is breath of fresh air. Now, let's talk about reliability, or shall we say flakiness? Every Selenium tester has faced this: page not loaded, element not clickable, DOM changed, stale exceptions, and you're stuck adding weights manually. But Playwright, it auto waits for every action: click, type, navigation, selector visibility, everything. It waits smartly and retries automatically, meaning fewer false failures and far more stable tests. Trust me, if you have spent half your life debugging flaky Selenium tests, Playwright will feel like a vacation. With Selenium, setup isn't difficult, but it does require WebDriver binaries. Every browser update means you need an updated driver. Sometimes you get the classic mismatch error that ruins your CI pipeline. But Playwright, one command, browsers included, no driver management, no mismatch headaches, just clean modern setup. Browser support is where Playwright shines. Chrome, it supports. It supports Firefox, it supports WebKit. That means Safari and iOS like rendering are testable consistently. In Selenium, Safari support depends heavily on OS level drivers, which are not always great. But what about mobile automation? Selenium integrates seamlessly with APM. Playwright doesn't support native mobile apps, only mobile browser simulation. So, for full mobile automation, Selenium plus APM still wins. With Selenium doesn't come with its own test runner. You use TestNG, JUnit, or PyTest. What about reporting? You install extent reports or LO reports, right? But Playwright, it comes with a built-in test runner, HTML reports, screenshots, videos, step-by-step trace viewer, all baked in. Honestly, their trace viewer is one of the best in the industry. So, which tool do companies actually prefer? Large enterprises prefer Selenium because they already have huge frameworks, infrastructure, Selenium grid, and trained teams. Startups and modern agile teams prefer Playwright because they want speed, reliability, and quick setup. If you're building a new automation project in 2025, most architects are choosing Playwright first. All right, now let's go to my personal recommendation. Choose Playwright if you want faster tests, less flakiness, modern APIs, built in reporting, better cross browser coverage, and you want to automate UI and API in one place. Choose Selenium if you're working on a legacy system, need wide language community support, need massive distributed execution through Selenium Grid, need deep APM integration. And for your resume and interviews in 2025, knowing both is a big advantage. So be very thorough with Selenium. And if you also know Playwright, it would definitely give you an edge over other candidates since it is the future. So that's the real comparison between Selenium and Playwright. Which one do you prefer? Comment Selenium or Playwright below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with anyone stuck choosing between these tools. See you in the next video.